Hello, crafters and artisans, and welcome back to Psychedelic Squid Fiber Arts. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a solid wood crochet hook on a lathe. First, apologies for the delayed upload. This week has just been one of those weeks where nothing seems to go right. Anyways, today I'll be showing you how I make custom crochet hooks. I'm going to be copying one I already have because I like using it. Its shape is ergonomic and makes it easier on my wrists. But this one is a size 5.5 millimeter, and I want a 4.5 millimeter. I use both tapered and inline crochet hooks. This one is inline, so that's what I'll be recreating. But I'll do another video on how to do the tapered heads. This project will require fancier wood tools, but nothing super precise, so you can use an inexpensive set of calipers for this. First, I'm going to measure the thickest part of my crochet hook, and that's about 7/8 inch for me. So I'll want to get a piece of wood that's at least that thick in diameter. Next, I'm going to measure the length of the crochet hook, which is just about 7 inches long. 7 inches plus the depth of my chuck, which is about 1/2 inch, so I'll need a wood piece that is 7.5 inches long. I recommend using a hardwood. I have a piece of oak here, and in retrospect, I wouldn't recommend it, but more on that later. Next, we're going to load up our piece of wood in our lathe and center it, and turn it down to our thickest point we determined was 7/8 inch. Be sure to check the size often so you don't turn it down too far. Once I have it down to 7/8 inch, I'm going to mark my high points with the hook head facing the chuck. I'm using pencil to mark where to keep material. The next thickest portion of this crochet hook is this little flare right here, and it's just a little under 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to make those marks all the way around the wood and use Sharpie to mark where it needs to be shaved down. You could also use different colored markers instead. So, after turning down the ends to the next thickness of 3/4 inch, I'm going to repeat the process for the next thickest part at 1/2 inch, and the next until I'm left with this. Repeat again, marking where I need to trim down the wood further in Sharpie. Here it is, mostly carved down to its final shape, but not quite there for the head of the hook. I want a 4.5 millimeter hook, so using my calipers, I'm going to check to see how much further I need to take this portion down. I'm stopping to check how much further to go, as I think I'm close. I'm at 5 millimeters, so I'm just going to use 150 sandpaper to slim it down the rest of the way, because I don't want to risk taking off too much, and I'm going to support it so I don't risk causing too much flexion. Once I get my 4.5 millimeters, I'm going to sand the whole piece down with 240 grit sandpaper. Then I'm going to cut the tip of the crochet hook loose. I did this part off screen just in case things went awry. Next, I place it in the chuck with some electrical tape around the handle to protect it. Make sure it's well centered. And now I'm going to shape the point of the hook. Since I don't want this wobbling around, I'm going to support it as I use sandpaper to shape it. After shaping the point, I'm going to sand the whole piece again. Using tape to protect the hook, I'm going to turn the hook around and clean up the other end. I'm just rounding out this part to a sphere. Be sure to clean your piece before going up in grit, otherwise wood dust can collect in the pores. In the next part, we'll do as much of the finish as we can before carving the head of the hook. And there we go, the major body of the crochet hook is done. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and feel free to visit my Facebook page or Instagram to ask clarifying questions or about things I haven't covered yet. Thank you all so much for exploring the depths of your creativity, and I'll see you next time.